for the 2020 5-year consolidated plan for the potential use of CDBG and home program funds. After a brief PowerPoint presentation, we will begin accepting comments and feedback from the audience. Currently, as a fellow panelist on the line, we have Richard Gakeley taking notes, and we'll be monitoring the presentation as we move along. So to get started, the Longview 20. The reason we're having this meeting today is we are planning to do our 5-year consolidated plan, which takes community needs into consideration for the grant programs that we as the City of Longview and our Community Development Department will be enacting over the next 5 years. So to explain that further, we have 2 programs under the Community Development Department, CDBG and Home Dollars. And to give a brief overview, the Community Development Block Grant Program provides annual grants on a formula basis to states, cities, and counties to develop a viable urban communities by providing decent housing and suitable living environments, and by expanding economic opportunities, principally for low to moderate income persons. The Home Investment Partnerships Program is a type of United States federal assistance provided by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development to states in order to provide decent and affordable housing, particularly housing for low to very low income Americans. So let's take our community in review. City of Longview, Texas has a population of around 82,256 with a median household income of $47,950, an average poverty rate of 17.6%, and an average employment rate of 58.1%. All data that will be captured today is received from the U.S. Census website. So, we have a few eligible project types under both of these grants, and they are as follows. CDBG, the funds can only be spent on projects that meet at least one of the national objectives listed here. 1, directly benefit low and moderate income persons. 2, address the elimination of slum and blight. 3, meet an urgent need, i.e. a natural disaster. And home is like it. Home funds can only be used for projects that qualify as one of the eligible housing activities listed here. 1, to assist owner occupants with the rehabilitation of their homes. 2, finance, purchase, or rehabilitate or new construction for new home buyers. 3, rehabilitate or construct affordable rental housing and tenant-based rental assistance. So, to better understand our con plan, let's go over our previous 5-year consolidated plan's goals. First one was income disparity. 2, housing stock deterioration. 3, elderly needs. 4, rental housing. 5, minority needs. And 6, homeless support activities. Our program service goals are to provide specific services to help move city residents out of poverty, provide programs that recruit participants from targeted areas such as the South Longview Incentive Planning Area, and also to build programs that meet one or more city priorities such as job training, childcare, or homelessness. Previous programs that we've enacted in the last 5 years include, under our public facilities grant, to improve the structural needs of community service organizations within the community. Under our public service, aid with child care needs for persons seeking employment, aid with mental health centers, assist with community services benefiting the homeless, also to assist business owners within the SLIP area through facade improvement, rehabilitate public works utilities such as dilapidated water main in high-risk areas, assist in home ownership through down payment/closing cost assistance, and to assist the elderly and disabled persons through critical home repairs, and lastly, assist in the economic development of our community through technical job training scholarships. Under the home program, we have reconstruction for homes beyond repair and families in need, rehabilitation to bring at-risk properties back to a federal home standard, tenant-based rental assistance to aid in rapid rehousing for persons at risk of homelessness, and home infill to low to moderate income persons through local community housing development organizations. So to further look at our community and review, this data is also from the US Census.gov. It's from a 2019 study, which is the reason why we have a slight variation within the population data. Here we have at 2019, we were at 81,631 persons. Our median household income is at $47,950. Persons in poverty was at 17.6%. Educational attainment percent of high school graduate or higher is at 84.3%. Persons without health insurance is at 19.4%. Median housing value is at $137,000. Total housing units is at 34,634. Number of firms is at 8,585. Male median income is at 30,623. Female median income is at 20,325. Total veterans within our community is estimated at 4,845 persons. And percent of households with broadband internet subscription at 75.2%. Now we're taking a look at all of these factors to ensure that we understand where our community is at, to ensure that the grant programs that we plan to complete within the next 5 years are meeting every single one of the possible community needs that these HUD dollars can go to. So in review, we'll take it a step further with housing needs. Now in front of us, we have a table also from the US Census.gov. And to break it down a little bit further, we have estimated total housing units at 138,539, at 906, and that breaks down both our owner-occupied housing units and our rental housing units as well. To further clarify that, 2.8% of those are from 1939 and older. 33.3% are from 1940 to 1969. 50.7% are from 1970 to 1999, and less than 13.3% are from 2000 and newer. So what that tells us is that our housing stock is aging. The majority of our housing stock is either 20 years or older. So that's going to be something that we explore within our community needs survey to see if those housing needs, as the housing stock deteriorates, are something that we can address in new ways moving forward with the next 5-year comp plan. Those type of homes can be broken down even further. We have 63.6 are single-family homes, 2.3% are townhomes, 11.2% are small apartment buildings, 19.2% are apartment complexes, 3.6% are mobile homes, and 0.1% are other. We also would like to address business needs within the community as much as our HUD objectives will allow us to. Some of our goals are to incentivize growth while including both private and public sector for investment consideration. Suggested areas include our entry corridor passages and the slip area. And our second goal is small business rehabilitation that incentivizes growth for minority business enterprise. So we're going to finish up this afternoon by going over the current community needs survey. This is listed within the social media for the city and is being shared by many of the public service organizations within town. We will have a link at the very end so you can complete the survey online. And remember, this is the way that we find out what you as the community are needing from us as far as grant programs. This isn't an exhaustive list. This is just based off of the data that we have currently brought together to understand what we can do for the next 5 years as far as our grant programs are concerned to better suit the needs of the community. So starting off at the top, we're considering improved broadband access for low to moderate income persons, assistance to homeless individuals in the form of rental assistance for rapid rehousing projects, sprinkler systems for downtown 100 acres of heritage business to revitalize old lots, emergency repair dollars to respond to natural disasters, home repair or reconstruction for people who already own their home, adaptation of housing for the elderly and or disabled, cleaner neighborhoods initiatives, temporary housing for people with special needs, places for the homeless to live, money to assist first-time homebuyers pay closing costs and down payment assistance, new houses for first-time homebuyers, new or repaired public transportation, shelters, benches, and equipment, new or repaired parks, playgrounds, community or senior centers, new or repaired streets, curbs, gutters, sidewalks, water lines, or sewer lines, job training and job creation and support for small businesses, preservation of historic buildings, including the downtown area, affordable child care services for low-income working parents, scholarships to teach job skills for low-income persons, and help for the elderly or disabled from the forms of weatherization or ADA accessibility. And as I mentioned before, there's multiple places where this link is posted at, please. We would love to have your responses, and you can use the link below to show us just exactly what you as the community are needing from us moving forward with our next 5 years in our grant programs. And with that, we will now open for public comment, and Richard will select those of you that have listed yourself as wanting to place a public comment on this, and we will give a brief opportunity at the very end for those of you that may have decided to ask a question in the midst of the presentation. So, Richard?
Yeah, hey, thanks, Dakota. So we did have several people join the meeting, and we have someone who is raising their hand to speak, but they do not have their audio turned on. We've sent them an audio pin. They need to either connect their microphone or connect their phone number. It's showing that the audio line has not been connected. So if we want to give them a minute or two to see if they can get their microphone working, we do have someone who has indicated that they want to speak.
That's perfectly fine. And Richard, while we're waiting on that, I would like to let everybody know within that SurveyMonkey online link, there is a section that you can submit any comments that you have on this presentation or our community grant programs as a whole from the Community Development Department within the end of that survey.
Doesn't look like they've been able to connect their audio yet. They can also submit their comment via the chat function in the webinar as well. So if they need to submit it, we can get it to you that way. But it looks like they're still working on it.
It's okay. We can give about 5 more minutes or so.
Perfect. So I do see that they have their audio connected. I just unmuted them. So if they can unmute themselves, they should be able to talk. Hello, are you there?
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. Please state your name and your address, and then the floor is yours.
Sure. My name is Joseph Richards. I'm at 1313 Willowview Street, District 6.
I'm sorry, go ahead, sir.
Okay. I noticed you already mentioned some of the previous programs that focused on affordable housing, and you touched on the rental housing. And that's something I fully support if we want to continue those programs. I just wanted to touch on internet access, especially in kind of the post-COVID world. It's turned into a necessity, and a lack of that access kind of breaks down along income lines. So I heard our median income is on the higher end of the $30,000 to $50,000 range. And I found a Pew Research Center survey done last year. It said 72% of households in that range have broadband access. But if you drop down to the 30,000, that number drops down to 56. And with the pandemic, we've kind of seen how that has affected school kids, the lack of access. Obviously, that's not a normal circumstance, but it has brought to light that lack of access. And you've seen school districts kind of have to scramble. And we're in Pine Tree ISD, and I know in their case, they purchased 200 hotspots to try and compensate for that. And I think also as companies become more comfortable with working remotely, not having that access and reliable access is really going to limit people's employment options. So obviously internet access doesn't solve all the problems on our survey, but it could help with multiple things at the same time, I think. And if we're going to put some resources into like job skills and jobs training, I think we owe it to those people participating to make sure that they have the tools they need to put those skills to good use. So thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
And thank you for your comment, Mr. Richards. So take it down. Are there anybody else looking to make public comment at this point in time?
No, Dakota, no one else is indicating that they wish to speak at this time.
Okay. Well, with that, I will conclude this public comment period. We will be available tomorrow evening at the exact same time for a third and final meeting for our public hearing to address any further citizen comments at that point in time. Thank you for everyone that attended, and we'll talk at you guys next time.